fascinating animals in the ocean. Things like clams, mussels, abalone, sea cucumbers, sea stars. All of those things make really great food items for a sea otter. Now, sea otters are also unique in the amount of food that they can eat. In a single day, a sea otter will eat about a quarter of its body weight. So if you wanted to eat like a sea otter and you weigh 100 pounds, you would have to eat 100 quarter-pound hamburgers every day of your life just to keep up with one of our sea otters. Now, this ravenous diet is actually a very important reason of why it is so vital that we protect and conserve this species. In the 1900s, sea otters were actually hunted to extinction off of the British Columbian coast for those thick, soft fur coats. And what we saw happen then is an actual explosion in the sea urchin populations. Now, sea urchins eat the kelp that lives in the kelp forest, and the sea urchins are eaten by the sea otters, or are supposed to be eaten by the sea otters. And then that kelp forest is actually a home to most of BC's local fish. So without those sea otters to keep the sea urchin populations in balance, the sea urchins were allowed to mow down the entire kelp forest. What this leaves is an urchin barren. Now, thankfully, we've been able to relocate a number of sea otters back off of our coast, and these sea urchin populations are back in balance as well as the kelp forests. Now, of course, sea otters, as you're watching them eat here today, you might notice that they eat a little bit differently than most other marine mammals. In fact, as you're watching today, and often you might notice they are chewing their food. Now, that might not seem very interesting to you or I, because of course we also chew our food, but it is a